Right, this is GMS Virginia coming again. News, information, prophecy, edification to the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Shah. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shah. Basham Kakodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles to GMS that rule of well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to Yakim and Akwaf and the Israelite foreigners scattered. This is Shaquak Rob from GMS Virginia. And Elder Yashawamba sent out this video. Ye and Lex Fridman, Ish. His whole, concept, his point of this this podcast interview was pretty much not to talk about the issues. Now, the point and basically the dialect of the interview was basically, it doesn't matter what so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans go through, just don't say the word ish. They always want to bring up the cost that happened, which me personally, I don't believe it ever happened. And it was videos I've seen, years back, basically saying it didn't even happen. But, the real Holocaust is going to be when, Isaiah 34, when the Lord bathed his sword in Idumea. So it says, this is Psalms 44:1. I'm going to read the whole thing. So it says, we have heard with our ears, O power, our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days, in the times of old. As you can see before, we know the history. The Lord delivered us, and through our rebellion and our ignorance, through our rebellion and stubbornness, he put us in subjection underneath heathens, the other nations. And then a period of time, we will come back to our senses, repent, and rethink of ourselves in the times of old, and that he will redeem us. So it said, how thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand. Again, going back to the wars that Israel had with the other nations, the Lord always delivered us and delivered our enemies into our hands. There was times where the heathen did afflict us, but it was because of doubt, disbelief, and transgression. Going back to another time was Achan's. So it says, and plantest them how thou didst afflict the people and cast them out. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them, but thy right hand and thy arm and the light of thy countenance, because thou hadst favor unto them. Exactly, and that's how the Lord does it. He does basically he keeps us in a certain number of fashion, so we don't boast of our own self. So basically, all power and strength is given to Yahweh Shem Shah, especially, how the way basically the Lord dealeth amongst Israel, and each other nations basically govern amongst idols. So when things happen and wars happen, it was mighty strange to see a small number defeat a great number, and that's how it had to be of their power, another power that was behind them. And it was something that's going to be very exclusive today. The small number, the elect and the 1/3, the numerous multitude, how they're going to be delivered in these last days. A small number against a great number. As you can see clearly, when we speak about the atrocities that have happened upon our people, is basically, man, just shut the hell up. Who cares, But it says, thou art my king, O power, command deliverances for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name, and one thing that has come back on the earth is our power, Yahweh Shah. In due time, what time before, we heard Jesus Christ, the Lord, God, other names, but we have the true name. And that's what you're hearing. And since, starting with the elders down, you've been seeing the whole world being flipped upside down. So it says, through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. And we know that, not through our carnal strength. So it doesn't matter. I'm not sitting here to say it's not good, taking care of your health and working out. And that's very important. But no, that's not going to save you. Nor, buying artillery, Esau's blessings. And I'm not saying it's not wrong, having one, but that's not going to deliver you. But thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us. Now, right now, these devils don't, there's none to shame. They say it blatant out open. And these devils know what they've done to our people. They know what they've done to our women, our families, and to the men. And they know they gain maximum benefit from it. Because in Yahweh we boast, Yahweh shall we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever. Selah, but thou hast cast off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our armies. Exactly. We're put to shame. Nobody cares. When we speak about our problems, it's disregarded, and none people don't care. The prison systems, the drugs, Planned Parenthood, as Kanye was saying, Planned Parenthood, abortion, etc. But it's a lot more. Look what you done. Look what you done to the Hispanics in their countries. Gang war, drugs. You rule with amongst those lands. Heavy gun prohibition, whatever. Basically, nobody can own weapons down there, but you arm all the gangs and the criminals there. So basically, it's either it's like a give in, trust in the gangs and trust in, the criminals, and then the constant how you say it, police lack. So basically, it's no protection there, and the governments are crooked, and it's again they back the criminals in the gangs, and ultimately it goes back to these devils that control those countries. Central America, from Mexico down to Costa Rica. You got South America. You got the islands. I remember strict gun laws in those countries in the islands, man. And to the point, and me being in Puerto Rico, I saw how it's very strict gun laws, damn near by like New York, and it's really only they have the power to deny you, and it's a long process to even get any type of artillery. But the thing about it, every criminal and every gang and everybody that's criminal empire, whatever, they have all types of artillery. You gotta ask yourself, if there's so much gun control, why is there so much crime? Why is there so much robbery? Why is there so much homicides? And that's how Esau ruleth in these countries. And they set up gangs, they set up poverty, they set up oppression, heavy. And then they set up these leaders in the gang, and they bring them back in the government pad, and they talk and they make long talks with them. And that's what happens. And to the point, when you bring all these accusations up against what these Edomites have done to our people, it just, man, whatever, man, shut up. Don't talk about us. It's not Ish Media. It's whatever. Just keep your mouth shut. So it says, thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves, man. So they make great benefit, gain, profit from the dysfunction of our people. So our people have an agenda war, man and woman, the black woman, the black man, so-called black man and black woman, they going back and forth. The so-called Latinos and Hispanics, their lives and their country all in disarray, broken, messed up, gang affiliated, drugs, poverty, oppression, famine, no food, etc., no opportunity. Esau raped, robbed, and took the resources from the lands, and broke down the chance of them having any type of opportunity to do anything for themselves. Because what those, how the way they create the dollar. So it says, thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and has scattered us among the heathen. Because yes, we are amongst the heathen. Again, remember, it's not called Central South America and America for nothing. And amongst those lands, you speak Spanish, a conquistador language, and you speak English. And then for you so-called Jamaicans, y'all speak Britain, another conqueror's language. Thou sellest thy people for naught, and does not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are around about us. And again, when you look at when you look in the comments, man, it's like everybody's backing up Lex, and basically everybody's not, making it seem like Kanye is just crazy, he's bugged out, whatever. But the thing about it, what Esau has done, even as well, through statistics, they have allowed certain Jakes to live, basically slip through the cracks. So when you look at the problems overall, it's like a balance. So basically, you'll look at Black Hollywood, Black Atlanta. You look at Atlanta. You look at these black towns, or these so-called places where they got a little Latino, Hispanic communities, so-called. You look at them like, see, it is. It just, y'all are fuck-ups. Y'all are stupid. Y'all just need some education. But that's not it. It's designed like that on purpose. And it's designed like that to basically keep all of our people into this dysfunctional, fucked up mindset. So it says, it basically is like, yo, this is because of our doing. Nah, it's because of the so-called white man. This is what he deliberately has done to our people. Salaki. So it says, thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. My confusion is continuing before me, and the shame of my face have covered me. Yeah, because again, it's these devils, man. They have destroyed our people. Our people are confused. And we watch this. It's like, man, when is the Lord going to come back? It's like these devils. It's just the pride of them. For the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth by reason of the enemy and avenger. See that? These devils blaspheme and just this take our atrocities that has happened to us as just nothing. So all this has come upon us, yet have we not forgotten thee. Neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Yeah, so amongst all this confusion, hatred, evil, wickedness amongst the world that's going on now, we still try our best to keep that covenant to the best of our abilities. Our heart is not turned back. Yeah, we don't want to have nothing to do with this fucking devil at all. Either have our steps declined from thy way, because again we had the hatred and the fire that burns, man. The only thing you can pay back is to shed the man's blood. Is to shed blood who shed out our blood and destroyed our people. Thou hast so broken us in the place of dragons and covered us with the shadow of death. If we have forgotten the name of our power, or stretched out our hands to a strange power, shall not Yahweh search this out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Yeah, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Yeah, because again, we live in the valley of the shadow of death. How the way this devil has set this society up is very dangerous. The brother Abai in the GMS Norfolk, another city in Virginia, You know, he brought out that America is number 4 in the world for homicides and crime. You know, number 1, I believe it was Venezuela, and number 2 was El Salvador, and I think number 3 was Guatemala. And then you had America number 4, all the Americas, man. So I said, awake, why sleepest thou, Lord? Arise, cast us not all forever. Because it's just this, man. You just hear this fucking devil here, and he has no regard of what happened to our people and what his people do to our fucking people. They extort us day by day. They pimp the hell out of us, man. They set us up. They give us, through our atrocities and through our dysfunction and through our lowliness. They give us a deal. Cause again, man, it's easy to get over on a Jake, on a nigga, because again, we don't have anything. You come up with an opportunity, Jake is going to go way hard for it, because again, they don't have nothing. So Jake is going to believe that you really love him and really for his back, really behind him. So Jake will give you the best of the best ideas. And here it is. You getting the greatest of the great ideas, and then bam, when you're done with them, you cast them away. Now you say, yeah, now we need you to go in that room. Now we need you to bend over, because now we need to see if we can trust you. Now we're gonna break you, and then we still want your ideas from you. So anytime now, since we got all your great ideas, we need you to keep on this playing, and keep playing and playing the game. And nigga, if you ever get out of line, and now you're gonna see how we really do things, how we really destroy your people. And if you say anything bad about us, that's when we're gonna blackmail you. And this happens time by time. This is what happens to these devils. So they destroy us, man. They take the best of our ideas, and then, like I said, now you got Jake just bugging out. Elder Karatazaba just did a lesson about that Disney chick. She's basically, she's crying, etc., because the thing that she's seen in Hollywood. But this is what they do every day to our people. So it says, for our soul is bowed down to the dust, our belly cleave unto the earth. Exactly, because we're low. And again, since due to our low state, it's easy to buy a nigga cheap. It's easy to the flash in dollars, a chain, in a opportunity for Jake, but the whole time it's to his demise, and it's for the destruction of our people. And they really believe that, hey, this is the opportunity that'll get him somewhere, but really, they get it from nowhere. They just make him worse than what he first was. So it says, arise for our help and redeem us for thy mercy's sake, man. And that's Psalms 44, And we pray that the Lord come back and redeem us swiftly and destroy these devils, man. Cause these devils, the blaspheming of these devils, the pride and the arrogancy of them. If you're watching that interview, man, that should bring tears to your eyes, man. Man, it stirs you up, man. But that would say shalom.